Hello and welcome to this episode of Knobi Cooks. Today I will show you how to prepare a salty short pastry dough. This dough can be used for all kinds of pastry. This video is a companion video for my quiche Lorraine video in which I will use this dough. So go check it out after this one. If you enjoy my content, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel. Let's get started. I have prepared all of the ingredients I need for my dough. If you do set it up, you will be done in no time. First, we will measure our flour. Here I'm using plain wheat flour and ignore the measurement you see on my scale. I'm preparing dough for 3 quiche in this video, but if you want to prepare dough for only 2 quiche, then stick to the recipe description from the start. After adding the correct amount of flour, also add some salt and some water into your bowl. And of course, don't forget your butter. I already had it in my bowl. If you need more dough, you can easily scale up this recipe like I am doing in this video. And if you don't know how much dough you need, rather go for too much than too little. But if you need to prepare a lot of dough, I would recommend you to not pack it all into a single package of clingfilm. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Once you have all of your ingredients in your bowl, start kneading them with a hand mixer. We will knead it until we receive a smooth and homogeneous dough. You don't want any pieces of butter sticking out of it. And add the water in bit by bit. Don't pour all of it into your bowl at once. If you do that, you risk receiving a very wet dough. And then you will also need to add more butter and more flour into your bowl. And if this happens to you a couple of times, you will end up with a huge amount of dough. So avoid that. I mainly use this kind of dough for quiche, like a quiche Lorraine or other types of quiches. However, there are many salty pastries you could use this dough for. Simply experiment with it. It is very versatile. Once you're satisfied with your dough consistency, prepare a good stretch of clingfilm. Then take the dough out of your bowl and put it onto the clingfilm. Afterwards, pack it in tightly and make sure it's sealed on every side. And that's it, the work is now basically over. If you go for individual pastries, well, then you could already separate the dough at this stage and put the dough into separate clingfilm packages. If you prepare the salty short pastry dough without egg, like I'm doing in this video, the dough should last at least a week in your fridge. However, you could also choose to add 1 egg into your dough. This will give the dough some additional color and also change its texture. Then you should use the dough latest 1 day after you have prepared it. Besides the salty short pastry dough, there is also a sweet short pastry dough. This dough in turn can be used for cakes or pies, and I'm planning to do a video on that sometime in the future, so keep out a watch for that. Like I mentioned earlier, once you have finished your dough and wrapped it up, put it into a fridge for at least 30 minutes. After that, it is ready to be used for baking. Cooling it makes it just so much easier to handle. And with that said, I'm at the end of my companion video. I hope to see you all in the main video, and I hope you enjoyed this short tutorial video. I am Knobi and I see you in the next one. Goodbye.